What's up, fam? Extraordinary Life with Elijah, and you're watching this video on Sunday, October 27th, 2024 at 10:50 a.m. MST. This week, John is my extra and I am the ordinary. John, I so appreciate your gentle humility in confronting me and instructing me on life and how to love others better. Never trust people who stab you in the back, but you definitely want to surround yourself with people who will stab you in the chest. And you're one such person. And I so appreciate your love and your gentle pursuit of me and helping me to be able to love others better. Fam, John, good friend and a client of mine in real estate. And one Saturday when I went out to film his property, one thing led to another, and we wound up not being able to capture the 3D tour and the video of his property. As a result, we stood around and just chatted, had coffee, and had an amazing conversation. John is originally from Central America, and as we began to talk, we centered in on this idea of how people in their families of origins and their countries of origins lead to specific perspectives on the world that often collide with people with different experiences. John's posit and his thought was that as we engage one another as people, to always remember that we're individual people, that we're people of value, that as we're patient with one another and have self-control and listen for understanding, that we'll actually learn things from other people that we may not be like, and that we can grow and expand and be made better in those conversations. As a result of that path that we were taking in conversation together, I told John how I had moved to Central America and had lived in El Salvador for almost 2 years, and that I had an interesting discovery about my heart once having got to El Salvador. If you would have asked me as I went what my manifest vision for going was, that I would have told you plainly that my heart was to go and to help and to serve and to help the people of El Salvador grow into everything that God had intended for them. However, after I got into the country and began to deal with the dissonance of the clash of cultures and cultural values, that it stirred up in me an awareness of the ethnocentric arrogance and blindness that I had, that I didn't know existed within me. As I engaged that process, what I found was that the hidden agendas of my heart had secret motives. And as I sat with the cultural dissonance and my confusion and disillusionment with my country of origin and my family experiences of my nuclear family, what I discovered is that the true motivation in my heart of hearts was that I was going to El Salvador to help the brown people. Now, as I engaged that in this moment, and as I discovered in my heart then, it was so disgusting, it was so offensive to me, but that was what I found in my heart. As I talked with John and I told him about this discovery in my heart's motivations, I told him that it was so difficult for me to come to grips with the fact that all of my life that I had been a closet racist. That's when John gently and lovingly stabbed me in the chest. With one fell swoop, he killed an unjust wrong thought and brought to life a new and beautiful thought. It was death and resurrection in one fell swoop. He said, "No, I'm gonna disagree with you and tell you not to ever say that again. You're not a closet racist. You were just ignorant." Thank you, John. I appreciate your words. I received that. Yes, I was ignorant. Right on the heels of that, then he safeguarded his confrontation of me. He said, "You were not racist. You were just ignorant and immature." And the proof of it is in the fact that when you discovered in your heart that you were being ignorant and arrogant, that you immediately changed, that your posture shifted to being one of a learner, a humble servant of the people of El Salvador, to receive from them everything that they had to offer to you. He said, as I listen to you speak, that you speak with such love and honor and respect for the Salvadoran people, and that you came away from your experience feeling like you were more served than what you served them. I agreed with him 100% that as I left El Salvador, that when people from El Salvador thanked me and said, thank you so much for coming to our country and for serving us and for doing these things, that there was this response in my heart that said, thank you, I receive that from you, but was so overwhelmed in the amount of things that I learned from the people of El Salvador, and how I was served and transformed by their gentle love of me through their cultural values and personhood. Out of that, I felt so known. It was so safe that just this one fell swoop, that John stabbed a false thought that was living in me, killed dead that I'm a closet racist, and then resurrected in me this clear vision of, no, you were just ignorant. I had a little bit of an existential shift, a massive paradigm shift, standing in his dining room, that I went to his house intending to do a 3D tour of his house to help people see the inside of what he was selling better. And instead he created a 3D tour of my own heart and introduced me to myself in a way that I had never seen me before. John, thank you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate our conversation more than you can know. Although hopefully now this helps you know more. As I sat with that truth then, moving forward, oh boy, it has borne new fruit in my life. That aside from racism, that when you connect sustained, abjurant, ignorant arrogance connected to race, it's easy for me to absolve myself of responsibility, being that I can see I don't have that expression of ignorance attached to race. And then I congratulate myself and fail to be introspective and discerning on areas where that could apply. For an example, when I look at the aspects of in that context of in El Salvador, if I had realized that I was holding this espoused thought in my heart, I'm here to help the indigent people become modernized and to flourish. If I would have chosen to continue holding on to that broken thought, that would have then been the expression of a deeply held racism. The scary part, though, in that for me, as I consider it, this side of having had that experience, is that I was going to El Salvador for good. I was going there to do good and to be good and to help perpetrate good in the Salvadoran country and help people grow and mature into the fullness of everything that they could become. However, the basis of my good intentions were 100% broken, and I was perpetrating brokenness and violation on a people out of a mindset of good. Out of this line of thought then, what I've come to is that it's often the good things that I hold to that empower in me a justification for the greatest violation of other people's personhood. Stated another way, that it's good things that cause me to sin most grievously against other people. And the basis of that is that I have a hidden agenda with a secret motive that I'm not aware of. And that as I move forward in that I swear that I'm seeking the good of other people and that they're just too stupid to know that what I'm doing for them is for their good. And so I'm justified in abusing them, violating their freedom, and deforming them to conform to the uniformity of my awesome goodness. Oh, that's why I love that revelation of John just stabbing me in the chest to say, nope, you're not a racist. You're just ignorant arrogant and immature and needed to grow up. That's then brought so much opportunity for me to grow and to mature in so many different areas of life, to realize that aside from God's conviction in coming to convict and to convince my heart of sin, of righteousness, and of judgment, to search my heart and to see if there be any offensive way in me, and then for his person to lead me forward in the ways everlasting, in loving people, in joining the life of Christ, that even though Christ, he did know the good way, that he did know the righteous and holy ways of the Father, but that instead of abusing people, that he chose to die unjustly for them in order to bring the righteous goodness of the Father's heart to people who were in wrong relationship with heaven. It's brought all kinds of awareness then, not just in a context of racism, but in all areas of where I'm ignorant, to hold things loosely and to hold things with a sense of honor, respect for others, to sit with others and to be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry in a process of discerning whether or not I'm actually ignorant. If I hold on to my ignorance, obstinately and obdurantly, knowingly, moving forward and saying, nope, this is truth, and it's good for me to cause you pain in order to help you understand how stupid and blind you are, I'm operating out of that same spirit of racism, but just transmogrified into a separate context of ugliness and brokenness. Fam, my invitation to you out of sharing with you my brokenness and my ignorance and my process and discovery is to invite in you at least a conversation point to sit with and to look at your surrounding community, whether that be a context of family of faith, whether that be a context of politics, coworkers, other people with hobbies or thoughts or experiences around you, but to sit with that thought for you, not for other people. Listen with a rake, not with a shovel. Grab truth and pull it towards you. Don't grab it and shovel it onto somebody else. Oh yeah, I know a lot of blind, arrogant people that could really use this truth. No. Listen with a rake. Pull the truth to you. Sit with it. And ask the people surrounding you to ask you questions, to help gain perspective in your own life. If you have relationship with God, to ask the Holy Spirit to search you and to see if there be any offensive way in you, and to show you the depths of your heart and then reveal his heart to you in how to move forward in the ways everlasting. Friends, I hope this has been super encouraging for you. Oh, John, dude, again, you lit me up. The wounds of a friend can be trusted, and I receive you with such joy. If you subscribe to what I am doing, hit the button, hit it, and then get it. Hit the bell as well so you get notified with the new content. And if you love this video, you didn't just like it, hit the thumbs down button. I pray blessings on our lives together. I love you guys lots, and I will see you in the next video, which starts now. Not too bad. 16 minutes, 43 seconds. Man, I get so passionate in these things that I lose track of time. John, so good. You're not a closet racist. You're just ignorant. Best words I've heard in a long time. So good. What's up, fam? Extraordinary Life with Elijah. And today, my little girls are my extra again, and I am the ordinary.